Let's see, is the internet working? The internet looks like it's working, so I will just say screw it. Hello, everyone. It's me, Gabby. Welcome to Umineko episode 8. Can I finish the game before my sister comes back with the niece and nephew, and the house becomes really, really loud and chaotic? Edition. Uh, they've gone off on a swimming trip, and so they said it'd be like it's closing at 4, and then they'll get it back. So that probably gives me about 2 hours or so. We'll see. I just couldn't help myself. I'm so close to the finishing this game, and then I can look up everything and not worry about spoilers anywhere. So I feel like I just have to. I have to continue, like as soon as I possibly can. Also, because the house is very busy at the moment. So probably if I can't do it, finish it soon, I won't be able to really continue for like another week, 2 weeks or so, and that would that would just suck because I would like forget everything that's going on. So, uh, last time, we basically it seems like we are trying to convince Ange to not unalive herself, um, because and basically give her a reason to live. And Battler's idea was like, hey, think about how that you had warm family memories, and you know that we would love to see you thrive, and we would be the happiest to see if you would be able to live a happy life. That didn't work because and just basically just like, well, that's just you're the game master. You could make anybody do whatever the hell they want. You're basically just this is basically just lies, and you're tricking me. So she is going to try and find the actual truth, the secret hidden diary of Ava, which may or may not contain the truth. Like they say, it's in red, but who even knows at this point? So she's trying to figure out exactly what happened to Rokkanjima, so she can, once she finds the truth, she can basically die. And Battler is trying to give her a reason to live, and also like Rokkanjima is gone, and just crazy shit's going on. So that seems like that is how Umineko is ending. That's what it's going to end about, or at the very least, it's the final resolution, given that the game itself resolution is already finished as well anyway. So, I mean, if anything, the last like 3 episodes have basically just been picking up the remaining little threads of pieces that have happened as a result of these games. So, yeah, we'll see what happens, I guess. Book of the Single Truth was sealed in crystal by Battler. Until the seal's undone, I can't even stick the key in this keyhole. You can remove this, right? Of course. This is more like ice than a seal. If you just steal it away from Battler and put it under the rays of the sun, it will fade away by itself as time passes. Isn't there some way to just smash it open? Do you thaw your frozen fish by smashing it with a hammer? Sorry, I was always terrible in cooking class. Kitties, thaw this seal. We can just let them handle the rest. And you really will let me see what's inside? If that is your wish, I'll grant it. And of course, I won't be able to read it myself without that key of yours. In search of the truth from 12 years ago, I left my home, met President Okanogi, met Amakusa, and at some point, that adventure became wrapped in the illusion of the witch. However, here I am. Ushomiya Ava's diary is here. The truth inside it is sitting right before me. Rest for a while. Even I don't have enough free time to spend it all with you. Well, I'm not really tired. Erica, serve Ange some tea or something. Yes, my master. Vern Castell, if you're planning to use me to steal both the key and the book, you won't get off easy. How dare you say such a thing to my master? Sorry, after my long experience with witches, I've decided not to trust normal words. Very well. I'll promise it with the red truth. When the seal on the book of the single truth is dissolved, you, Ange, will be the first to read it. Is that good enough for you? Was there something more you want? No, I'm fine. Once you've dissolved the barrier, call me right away. Of course. I also want to read it as soon as possible. I'll call for you as once. Let's go, comrade Ange. You're creeping me out, so please just call me Ange. Then you can call me Erika-sama. How's it going, comrade Erica? Just what is this place? It's way too big to be called a library. It's not like you'll be able to remember its name, so why not just call it the library? I'll decide what I can and can't remember. Tell me. It's the great witch of theatre-going, drama, and spectating's noble city of carefully selected books. Yeah, the library works fine. Knew you'd say that. City of Book. Yeah, the name fits. These aren't normal books, are they? That's right. Each volume is packed with an ensemble play. They look like books from here, but if you open one up, you'll find a whole world inside. So even our long tale is only one of these. Great witches who live on a far, far higher plane than we do are hardly different from a creator, or god. From their perspective, our little tale is worth little more than a single book, if it's even worth that. We're the main characters. I am, and so are you. That's right. Even if the tale of the gods doesn't mention us, we're always the main characters in the stories we write for ourselves. Becoming aware of that fact is the first thing that separates witches from humans. My master has ordered me to serve you some tea, so if you don't feel like drinking, I'll have to pour it into you with the funnel. If you try, I'll have to serve you some matcha. Matcha? Oh shit, nothing. Just talking to myself. Oh, you're getting, what was her name? Sumire's thing. This might sound strange coming from me. What? Oh, you actually made a deal to throw away your life to learn the truth, huh? That's impressive. I had nothing to gain from life. It was easy for me to trade away the time I had left. My master really does take to idle whims. To think she would make a contract for the meaningless life of a powerless girl. Well, my master is the witch who controls miracles, so it makes sense that she'd appear even for a worthless girl like you. Good point. Even if Bernkastel hadn't appeared, I still would have taken the step off the edge that day. Yeah, pretty much. She was about to kill herself. I was thinking about going to Boxing Day sales, but I looked and there wasn't really anything online that seemed really particularly interesting. But I haven't properly browsed either. Maybe I'll look more of it tonight. You really are a cheap and easy woman, aren't you? Well, then just how much are you worth? Me? People don't become witches of their own choosing. If they're capable of living, all people want to live their lives as humans. And something comes along to trip off that life. That's when the road to living as a witch opens. Even Furudo Erika, who calls herself the Witch of Truth, must be like this. The two witches of truth sitting here drinking tea without even looking at each other are exactly the same. I like exposing the truth. I know that. I like exposing secrets, then watching those people turn pale as they wonder how I figured it out. That's when I know I've reached the truth, and it's a moment of ecstasy. There's something seriously wrong with you. Well then, what does the truth mean to you? Thus the truth meant proof that Ava was the culprit in Ange's eyes. However, that feeling withered away with Ava's death. That Ava was dead, even if Ange did find some kind of truth, it wouldn't mean anything. So eventually, the truth Ange wanted to find became nothing more than the simple desire to know what happened on that island that day. However, one thing was obvious. Even if she did find the truth, that wouldn't bring any of her family back to her. It might not mean anything at all. You're going to expose the truth your beloved Oni-chan is hiding, even though it's meaningless? You're the one who's not making sense. And so, my own truth became my goal. Maybe you could even call it my reason for living. So once you do reach the truth, there won't be any point or purpose for you living anymore, right? That's right. So I'll die. Hasn't it been long enough? I've already lived 12 years too long. Don't I at least deserve to have a witch appear and grant my wish in my final moments? Or to put it simply, you're just tired of life. Does that sum it up? Yeah. So both my reason for living and my very existence are completely meaningless. That's why the goal of finding the book of the single truth has put a little spark back in my life, now that it's nearly over. At least on that score, I'm grateful for Bernkastel. I see. Battler wants you to live, so he hit the goal line that would lead you to death. I think I pity Butler-san for the first time. After all, you can't choose a little sister. Sorry, Oni-chan. I'm tired of life. 12 whole years. I've been living with nothing but the illusion so yep. Just let me find peace already. The Book of the Single Truth, huh? Of course, I'm also dying to find out what's in it. But from what I hear, it doesn't sound like the truth inside is something spectacular enough to mark the end of your life with. Yeah, at first I hoped there would be something earth-shattering in it. But now, I've calmed down, I guess you could say. Any truth searched for by a worthless person is bound to be worthless. Ange was already starting to realize something. Regardless of Ava's reason for staying silent, the real events of that day probably weren't anything earth-shattering, yeah. Like, you think it's like, if you find out the truth and like everything about the entire Ushirimiya family makes sense now, whatever. But really, it doesn't actually change much, even with the information that we know. Like, there's some revelations, but like not really revelations that were anything surprising. When you know what Kinzo was like, when you know how he referred to Beatrice, and you know about everything about the actual family dynamics at the time. Nothing about it really seems that like they're great revelations, but they're nothing really surprising that changes the way you look at everything. Some sort of malfunction made the bomb in the secret underground base explode. Yes, it was just an accident. But the public already believed that some sort of conspiracy surrounded the events of that day, so that's what they expected. Ava was a suspect herself, so of course no one would believe her claim that nothing strange happened. Naturally, Ange didn't believe her either. In that case, I think I've found better than the alternative. Right now, I don't feel any sense of accomplishment. I just feel sort of worn out and listless. Being able to withstand the truth is what makes someone a witch of truth. Comrade Ange, it looks like you don't possess that strength after all. If you did, you wouldn't be thinking about dying. You're right. I've dreamed that someone might come back for 12 years. Just use Beatrice's cat box to shut away the truth, denying it for all that time. When you read the book of the single truth, I wonder what will happen to you. Who knows? Would Berncastel carry out the contract by slicing my head off with a scythe or something? Or will I be turned into chunks of meat again? Maybe I'll get some salt and pepper this time. I see. So that's where the chunks of meat thing came from. Did you say something? Nope, nothing at all. Anyway, what? Okay. Did she see the remains of Ange, or did she get turned into chunks of meat as well? What are those lines of light flowing around at the bottom? Oh, those? Probably a group of guests coming to the Great Lady Aurora's party. Guests? Freak witches from the Senate, Voyager witches who are trying to escape boredom in their endless travels, powerful witches who have woken from century-long sleeps, as well as witches who control the future world, and noble witch hunters. It seems she's planning to hold a grand party tonight. What, is it a birthday party or something? From what I've heard, while the Great Lady Beatrice, the Endless Witch, is an outsider among witches, she's also the genius who created Beatrice's cat box out of her formidable magical compendium, an endless factory capable of producing endless tales. From my point of view, she's just stupid and a weak finisher, but in the world of great witches, she's apparently pretty famous. So this is Beatrice's birthday party? My master says she'll be holding a dinner party with Beatrice's guts. After all, it's only natural, right? The cat box was only able to generate infinite tales because there was no single truth. However, tonight, the single truth will be revealed, thanks to your key. And that means the cat box will be opened. Really, it's no different from slicing open her chest to see if she still lives and tearing out what's inside. Everyone in that huge crowd looks like a packed freeway is going to one dinner party. I'm not sure what's stronger, my shock at how famous Beatrice is, or my revulsion at those sleazebags. For you, the book of the single truth is nothing more than an end. However, for all of us those enjoying the mystery of Rakunjima, this is an event that can't be missed. I see. So that's a crowd of those to go to chewing Oni-chan's game board apart. Looks like this is the end for Beatrice and the cat box. Beto and the others have holed up in the Golden Land, the last remnant of the game board. Mother and Beto have strengthened their defenses and have destroyed the first wave. They won't be able to stop the second. My master has given me an armada capable of destroying the very concept of these defensive measures. The Golden Land's ramparts are as good as gone. Those ghosts who appeared all over the island. They're the personification of random opinions in this future, and all of them want this island's tale to be a tragedy. Yep. As we know. Those goats keep getting born from the sea of the internet. The first wave is just the riffraff. The second wave will be entirely different. It's made up of the best of the best. Elite goats collected from the crowd that are capable of denying all the cowering pieces one by one. In total, they number in the hundreds of thousands. 100,000 people deny the existence of a few of us in hiding on an island. Sorry, the way she's saying that the sea of the internet. So I've heard that apparently the next thing in the When They Cry series, which isn't finished yet, is like takes place in the future. Having a story like this while also putting the internet in it, you could get some wild shit. Looks like this is it for Oni-chan too. Are you sure you're ready? You understand that Ushiromiya Battler died in 1986, and this man is an illusion created by the cat box? Yeah, I understand. About that second wave, my master has appointed me to be their commander. Leave it to me, Aunt Son. My master isn't so malicious that she'd make you dirty your own hands. Comrade Ange, you're a witch of truth, aren't you? That's right. Probably. Then accept the truth, okay? Finally, after 12 years, the single truth lies before you. I'll just sit around here until Berncastel breaks the seal. You'll probably be summoned as a guest for the party. You've got a mirror, so maybe you should wipe the sleep from your eyes. Maybe you should shave before heading out to battle. We're surrounded. Probably plan to gather their forces and crush us in a single stroke. Of course there are ships, why not? Man, I've gone through a lot of crazy stuff in your games. But being surrounded by pirate ships is definitely a first for me. They probably do possess the strength to break through the Golden Land's perimeter. Those cannons are no bluff. Doubtless they will be able to use those to smash through the door and pour in. How long will the Golden Land perimeter hold out against those cannons? I do not know. However, since they are still awaiting reinforcements after amassing that many soldiers, I doubt the barrier will break that easily. True. Can't think of any other reason to delay your attack without even setting terms for surrender. I hope we can take advantage of this time they give us. Time is always the ally of the weaker side. After all, we can always hope for a miracle. Though it might just lead us further into despair. How? Heck is this Pato? It's me! I know where Bern and the others are. Oh, it's Lambda Delta, okay. Spectacular! That's great, the great Lady Lambda Delta for you. They can see us here. Let's talk inside. This is starting to get messy. Got it. Is anyone there? You called for us? My apologies, but we need you two to keep a lookout. Leave it to us. When they begin their attack, don't worry about fighting them. Escape to the Golden Land as soon as they start. Don't worry about closing the door. But that means they're planning to ignore the door and smash the Golden Land directly. Making a last stand here won't do anyone any good. I understand. We'll take care of things here, so go inside and work on a counterattack. We shall. We're counting on you. My other selves. I haven't had a thrill like this for years. How hard to believe I'd find myself in such a tense situation, even after becoming a witch. Let's go down to business. Where the heck are Ange and Berncastel? They're in the City of Books. I've heard of it. They say it's a place where great witches, travelers of the seas, store countless fragments in the form of books. You mean the great witch of theatre-going, drama, and spectating's noble city of heavy selected books, yes? The great Lady Aurora is the ruler of the City of Books. Indeed, that would be a fitting place for those two to go. Nice going, Lady Lambda Delta. Hard to believe you could pick up that spot so quickly from all the other possible hiding places. Actually, it was pretty easy. I didn't even have to search since they're advertising it as well as they can. Planning huge parties to celebrate the announcement of a great secret. The secret to the catbox of the great Lady Beatrice, the Endless Witch. I see. They haven't been delaying their attack because they await reinforcements, but because the party had not yet begun. So in this party, they plan to use Ange's key and reveal the contents of the Book of the Single Truth. You've got it. Aurora hasn't held an event like this for ages, and just gathering VIP guests from all across the place. Yep. That means we still have a shot of taking Ange and the key back. Time-wise, that may be true. However, there's a really simple and obvious problem. What? The City of Books is a sacred realm under the supervision of the Senate. It's protected by a holy barrier. Only a witch of the Senate can enter it. Can Lanor help, maybe? They invited any non-senators to the party. They have. Looks like they're being given special invitations, which allow them to enter the sacred realm for a limited time. Can we take some of those invitations, steal the guys, and knock them out and steal their clothes? That's what I thought. However, there's a strict policy on punctuality, so these invitations automatically become useless unless you present them before the party begins. Okay. Not I'm afraid to say the party started a short while ago. In other words, it's too late to try stealing an invitation for a guest who's running late. So what do we do now? Someone get me popcorn? I'd like some candy flavor this time. As an outsider, I hate to barge into the conversation, but we seem to have no options left. We're already done for, aren't we? Can't we do anything except sit here until they attack? There must be something we can do. That's right. There is just one thing we can do. What's that? We can keep on struggling for each second of survival and hope for a miracle. A miracle? So, we're stuck defending the Alamo. Surrender isn't an option. We can only hold out as long as we can, waiting for a miracle. Hear you? What kind of miracle? There is a chance, maybe 1 in a million, that Ange will change her mind for some reason and come back. The probabilities are just that. It truly would be a miracle. We are here to await Ange-san's return. Yes, this right here is the only place Ange-san can hold home, so we must defend it to the last minute, waiting for her to come back. Waiting returns for one's master is a servant's duty. Now that we're here, I go to prepare for whatever may come. Butler-sama, all of us are prepared. We of the Chief's Sisters Imperial Guards will fulfill our oath and remain by the late Great Lady Beatrice's side until the bitter end. 45 here, no problems. I will fight until the end. Finally, a fitting place to die in, yeah? No problems from 410, yeah. The 7 Sisters of Purgatory stay with Beatrice-sama and Butler-sama until it's all over. Yeah, like, we're not giving each one of them a single line. God, no. Aizo and Jungfrau will serve until the end. Former SSVG's got your back too. And I ask that you lend us your power as well. Me? No way. Didn't I just give you some excellent intel? I think I've done more than my fair share, don't you? How do you know that Ange-chan is in the City of Books? I saw her with my own eyes, of course. I never trust anything unless I see it for myself. Which means you're qualified to enter the sacred realm called the City of Books, right? Indeed. The Great Lady Lambda Delta is a witch of the Senate, after all. Lambda Delta? But what's with you guys? You aren't going to tell me to do more work, are you? I would an unexpected development. Lady Lambda Delta is the only one who can enter the City of Books. What could that possibly mean? That this is Lady Lambda Delta's time to shine. Enough getting around. Are you people crazy? They're telling me to go all by myself and sneak into there one more time and then bring Ange back out here? How stupid can you be? If I save Ange, I'll be crashing the Great Aurora's party, get it? I'd have the whole world as my enemy. And what's in it for me? Nothing, obviously. There's nothing you could do who could possibly offer me that is worth getting on the bad side of Aurora and her monster friends. We'll get to see a happy ending, where Aurora and Berncastell's schemes are crushed, Ange comes back, and everyone makes peace with one another. What do you say, Lady Lambda Delta? There could be no greater thrill. If you pulled off such a marvelous feat, you would be able to forget your illness for 1,000 years, would you not? Begging you, Lambda Delta. Lend us your power. Please, we're begging you. Help us save Ange. Please, Lady Lambda Delta. Only you can do this. Give us your strength. I'll show you the greatest of tales, and you'll get to see it from the front row. So, please lend us your strength. Shut up! Shut the hell up! Please stop getting the wrong idea. I'm a spectator. Spectator! I'm just a guest who was invited by Vito to come and watch this game. So why should I risk my life for you people? You think you'll get a happy ending if Ange comes back? Are you really that stupid? But her forces will come sweeping through here, mad with rage, and wipe us all out. There's only one reason I'm here, and that's because Leon over there said I'd get to see an interesting show. Yeah, and now I'm sure I'll get to see a sublimely interesting tale very soon. A sad, sad tragedy as you fight desperately against Burn's forces and get wiped out one by one. Oh, I'm sure you'll get one last time to shine as you're torn apart. If I just wait a little, I'll get to see all that, won't I? Pretty soon all of you will be dead, but not me. I'm a spectator, a guest. There's absolutely no reason for me to die with you. I'm sorry. I'm totally lame, aren't I? Sure, if I stood up right now and said, "Leave it to me," my popularity would surge, and I'd probably make it into top 3 in the next character making contest. But still, unlike the rest of you, I'm not a character who appears in the story. I can't die. It's like it's midnight and you're telling me that the climax of the show is coming up next. But tomorrow's Monday and I've got cleaning duty at school. We live in completely different worlds. And so. Oh, sorry. It's not fair for us to force you to risk something on your own. Not when we haven't yet exhausted all our options. We'll fight here and defend this spot until the last moment. We'll believe in the miracle of Ange choosing us over the single truth. If we weren't prepared to do that, we could hardly ask you to give up your life along with the rest of us. Butler. I'll switch place with Pear outside. When the enemy comes, I want to be in the front lines. That's the fastest and most direct way I can show Lambda Delta my determination. I shall go as well. I know Ange will return. Without belief, even miracles that might have occurred will not. You can't win a lottery unless you buy a ticket. Everyone, let's do what we can to prepare for the fight. Let's prepare for the final battle. The black tea smells nice. Is it instant or from a tea bag? Oh, would you like some too, Comrade Ava? We're out of cups, so you'll have to get used to it when you use a funnel. How's Burn Castell doing? Will it be a while before she breaks the seal in the Book of Single Truth? That's what I came to talk about. She said the seal has been broken. Congratulations! So the time has finally come. Period to mark the end of your life. Take the key and go to Lady Burncastel. One of her cat familiars will guide you. Got it. And I'll be back in a bit. We weren't together long, but I enjoyed it. Getting to learn what disgust for your own kind is like was an enlightening experience. Same here. Next time we meet, you'll have to teach me the trick to making tea this terrible. Are you happy? Now you'll finally get to learn that secret I've been hiding from you these past 12 years. I'm happy. Yeah, now I can understand how Erica feels. It's like I'm taking a shot back at you, exposing the secret you kept until your death. And is it a good feeling? Well, it's better than nothing. Good luck, Ange. This is the path you've chosen. You aren't 6 years old anymore. You're 18. Choose how to live your own life. What an overprotective aunt you are. I'm gonna watch the ceremony. What about you? It's almost time to begin the attack, so I'm heading for the ships. I've got to go pick up Vito's corpse. Everyone at the party can have her guts, but I get to keep her skin. So let's stuff and mount it. So even Rokanjima's tale, which was wrapped in the Rail of Mysteries, is bound to meet its end. Which means it's also the end for you. I mean, you are a piece from there, right? The piece is all I am. The role of a piece is to remain faithful to its role until the game ends. It's not a piece's place to worry about what happens after the game is over. True, and it's the same for me. Let's both enjoy this time while we have it. Well then, allow me to take my leave. Later. Good luck for your work. Okay, and so then this is like the party is a metaphor for something that is actually happening, right? Hey, Professor Utsuki. Oh, what a surprise! I haven't seen you since the last convention. Yeah, the witch hunters. Yep. So I wonder if it's really true. I think that this diary of Ushirime Ava's actually exists. True. I have heard the rumors myself. This is that legendary secret diary with Ushirime Ava hid just away just before her death. It said that she recorded the details of Rokujima's truth in there, just like that fable of the king with the donkey's ears. Humans are tragic creatures, incapable of keeping truly silent regarding secrets only they could know. From what we've heard, a collector from Dubai offered to buy it for $10 million. Wow. Of course, the media and the internet. Yes, oh, it is the internet, yeah. Indeed. I am Hachijo Toya. Madam Hachijo, now that we know your previous book signings, you were so determined not to show yourself even as a body double. It's what caused you to change your mind and appear before us this time. The legend of the Rokunjima witch has given birth to endless tales. Considering the weight of such a legend's demise, and being the mere writer that I am, I felt obligated to show myself as a sign of respect. As a forger, you announced on the web you would reach the truth. Does that mean you've already read the contents of that diary? And very soon, those contents will be revealed to everyone. Pardon me for asking, but is there any guarantee the contents of the diary are the truth? What might view as nothing more a personal account from a single deceased person? Not at all. I guarantee it. The truth is recorded in this diary. Ooh. Since Madam Hachijo's interview, now to express like yep. You know, now the thing that now I'm just realizing is, I'm pretty sure that we saw Battler writing this book, because it was the book that was on Beatrice's grave in that area in the chapel. So how is that supposed to be the single truth if it's something that Battler wrote? And this Battler is also Ava. I don't know. But I like that, you know, this is all happening in the real world as well. Except, I mean, you know, obviously it doesn't mean that it doesn't really work it that it's if where Anj is at the time, if she is stuck on in the air in a skyscraper, well, time is still moving, but you know, things are getting pretty crazy out there. Did you enjoy it? How tiring. Still, that went well, and yet this diary truly is heavy. I will rest in one of the waiting rooms. You're going to be up against it pretty soon. There's no time to rest. In that case, call it a short break so that I can properly enjoy this long-awaited excitement. I need to borrow that book. I promised Aunt I'd show her first. I see. In that case, do as you please. Have I ever played any of the Chrono games? No. I have watched like a full playthrough of Chrono Trigger though. In fact, I probably watched like 2 or 3 full playthroughs of Chrono Trigger, so. And I've like Googled some of the stuff on Chrono Cross as well, so. I'm late on time. Sorry about that. Have you heard of Radical Dreamers, the text space? I have heard about it, yeah. Like, I know there's stuff about, like, yeah, that it's, like... Yeah, it's a bit confusing about, like, Radical Dreamers is sort of like Chrono Cross, and then, like, I know that, like, in the DS version of Chrono Trigger, there's, like, an epilogue sort of cutscene thing, which is basically all of the stuff that's being alluded to in Radical Dreamers and in Chrono Cross, like how there's, like, a... Was it, like, Dalton survives, and then, like, he gets a... There's an extra ending for Cross. Okay, yeah, like it's like what is it? It's interesting that it's like in Chrono Trigger, the canon thing, like it's essentially canon that like all of the characters there's like a horrible war and like all of the main characters basically die in that, and Sharla can just never catch a fucking break because her entire life is just misery. And Magus is Piccolo. Anyway. Here you go, I brought it with me. Book of the Single Truth. Can I touch it? Do as you like. So this is on Ava's diary. That's right. Inside it, you'll find the single truth that you wanted. Include. You do have the key, right? Yes. Right here. Nice eerie music for this. It's like, are you actually going to get the truth, or is it going to be another fake out, you know? I won't rush you. You don't have to open it until you're ready. This includes the truth of what happened on midnight on October 5th, 1986, right? Yes. It has everything you wanted to know so much you offered up your life. What am I hesitating for? Because you've made your choice with that key. A bit of magic has disappeared. What kind of magic? Didn't bother tell you. He said you couldn't hand that over to anyone else. That magic, which left the decision to you, had just fulfilled its role and disappeared. That key is just a key now. You can't do anything but look and unlock that diary. I see. And I guess I have no more use for any chance key. Can I have it? No, don't give it. Don't give it to her. Oh, right. Opening the lock will be part of the ceremony. Okay. Go ahead then, before the courage to let you here fades. So, I opened it violently, ruthlessly. I knew that this was the right way to open the pages that held the truth. As soon as the cover was opened, a brilliant light poured out, and my mind went hazy. The truth was sent into my mind directly, without letters or words. Tell me what happened that day on Rokkenjima. Come on, you showed all the, okay, that was interesting. So, okay, so it definitely showed, it looks like pretty similar to the stuff that, well, no. at least the beginning, it seems like it's quite similar to the version of the tale that Bernie showed us. So they do show up. They all work together to solve the epitaph, and they find the gold. The difference, it looks like, is that I guess in the real world, or maybe just in reality or whatever, Yasu isn't dressed up as Beatrice. She's in her Shannon outfit because she is also Shannon. So she's dressed up as Shannon when she basically explains to everybody what's going on. But then all they really just show is just the guest house and blood. So what happens after that, we're not exactly sure still. Just that Ava was the only survivor. Nothing was written in the open book before me, of course. This was my own blank and empty notebook. I was at school just sitting idly with my notebook open. The world had stopped. The hands on the clock had stopped too. In that case, the auditorium should have been filled with silence, yep. In this world of suspended time, I could see dark shapes sneaking around the shadows of unmoving students. What is this? There were students with goat head. They were sneaking glances at me from behind the frozen students, whispering something to each other. I know. I can hear them. Everybody knows. One after another, students with goat heads grew out of shadows all over the room. They slipped around all the students, stopped in time, and gathered around me. Then they all jeered something in unison, and as if they knew I could hear, showered me with giggles and snobs and sneers. However, nothing that came from the goat's mouth to reach my ears was words. This was a world without letters or words, so no words reached me. What do you mean? What the fuck are you talking about? Their emotions and meanings did reach me, so I knew what they were saying, and I was able to visualize it. One after another, the goats opened their massive jaws, showing their fangs that dripped with saliva, and came forward to bite me. Time stopped for me. I was aware, but I could not move. That wasn't literally true. However, I was pretending I couldn't hear, so I couldn't move. The goats bit me all over my body, leaving their fang marks licking me. Maybe they didn't like the taste of my clothes. Taking advantage of the fact I couldn't move, they chewed through my clothes one by one. Over and over again, the goats stuck their tongues, their jaws, their fangs into my naked body. I was covered with drool and bitten all over. Bright red teeth marks were left behind as sharp fangs pierced my skin, leaving trails of blood. They licked up that blood like real goats, hurting and humiliating me. As I hung my head, one of the goats pulled on my hair, forcing me to look up and spoke. They didn't say it with concepts, but with words I could hear. However, they weren't words of the human world. They were a witch's words. The red truth, which signifies truth that is certain. This is the truth of the Rokkenjima incident. I won't accept it. Doesn't matter if you accept it or not. This is the truth. After all... I won't accept it. I won't accept the truth like that. I won't. Like that. Whether you accept it or not, that doesn't change the truth. After all, this is the single truth, proven in red. Interesting. Even if it's red truth, I won't acknowledge it, won't forgive it, definitely won't accept it. Which is basically the exact same thing that Battler was saying in the beginning. The red truth is absolute. Who for? It's absolute for you guys, right? Not for me. I won't let you contaminate my truth with yours. Ange, calm down. You're the one who wanted to know, right? My truth is that Aunt Ava's the culprit. Aunt Ava killed everyone. Everything's her fault. Dad and Mom and Oni-chan and all the others are just victims. It's no one's fault. No one's fault. Of course it isn't. Of course it isn't. Your aunt will always be on your side, Aunt Chan. Get it now. I know what you meant. That's right, Aunt Eva. You're the culprit. You're the culprit. It's the world that's messed up and broken for not realizing that. I'm the right one. I'll deny the red truth. Deny the whole world. I see. In that case, try writing a red truth only you can write. But how is it possible for a human to write with red truth? It is possible. There's a red ink that only humans can write with. Aunt-san, please calm down. I'm the right one. The world's wrong. I'll write it. I'll record the truth with the real red truth. 20 requesting urgent support on the roof. I'm son. Hold on. Please think this over. Look out! Oh, this is the real world. Goodbye, Ange. Have a nice day. I'll write it out. This is my blood red truth. I'll never accept the truth of your world. By killing myself? Crazy. Ange-san jumped off. Damn, I can't see her from here. Quickly investigate the ground area. There's no use, there's no way. Maybe she was caught by that safety net. Let's make sure. As the Witch of Miracles, I, Bern Castell, guarantee that such a miracle certainly won't occur. Could it have been that by some impossible miracle she really had escaped an instant death? And could the red blood that drained from her at the moment of her death been the ink that drew her personal red truth? However, no one would be able to tell what she had written. After all, the red blood pouring from her corpse had run over it all. That's some nice symbolism there. Even this was one of your choices, Ange. I tried to keep you alive. However, you never tried to live in the future that began after the age of 6. And so after 12 years, you finally returned to where you started. You managed to die. However, this doesn't mean that everyone will be waiting for you in heaven. After all, you reached this place by rejecting all those in heaven. See you in hell. No, that's probably where we are right now. So long, Ange. Ava. Perfect timing. Did you call for me, my master? Clean up the scrap meat for me, if you wouldn't mind. I'm gonna take this back. As you wish, my master. She was unable to die. From now on, forever. She would drift along the deepest depths of oblivion, covered by the dust of oblivion, until she finally disappeared. Makes it sound like a witch. She continued to question herself. What did the truth mean to her? What was right, and where was the place she could call home? As her flesh began to cool, even the energy to ask these questions began to fade. Eventually, she would forget her everyday memories, and even the reason why she was suffering. However, there was one thing she would never forget. That was the anguish. From this point forth, she would suffer endlessly, without ever knowing why. What's the sound I keep hearing? This must be the sound of rain. In that case, what are those two bright lights coming towards me? I don't know. However, they came to me with the screeching sound and stopped right in front of me. Like a car? What does that mean? Oh, it's interesting. Okay. So is this what actually happened after she jumped, or is your backyard? If it is, then I must apologize. Yes, on a day with such fine weather, anyone would want to take a nap in such a lovely backyard as this. And yet, unless my memory fails me. Oh shit, it's such dirty. This is a public highway you're sleeping on. Do you want to become roadkill? Or maybe you already are roadkill. Well now, which one is it? I see. So you aren't roadkill yet. And that was how I met Ikuko. Patient's body's in a very frail condition. Some sort of memory loss is very probable as well. So this is Anj? Is that what they're saying? That no, that maybe Anj actually did like kill herself and then she lost her memory, or if somebody found her with lost her memory, and like that's how she knows the truth, and that's how like she. I don't know. Let's keep going. Oh, you're awake. How do you feel? To start off, let me introduce myself. I'm Hachijo Ikuko. Feel free to casually call me Ikuko, or act more formal and call me Hachijo-san. Hachijo Ikuko. The Hachijo family owns a large amount of land and is fairly famous in these parts. Unlike my accomplished brothers, I'm what you call a little eccentric. I got into a bit too much mischief, and my parents finally ran out of patience and kicked me out. I'm now confined to this house. As a hobby, I like to read detective novels, and also to write them. My age is a single woman's secret. My heart is that of a girl, but I'm approaching the point where calling myself one becomes increasingly absurd. So, what's your name? My name. Can you remember anything besides your name? Who am I? My head. No, even my heart was a mess of torn flesh. I couldn't remember a thing, not even who or what I was. But I must remember. I had some kind of purpose, or maybe a mission? In order to remember that, I first have to remember who I am. Age. Age? That's my little secret. 18. I look like I'm 18. I'm 18. Oh, so that's your age. Well, now I thought you were being a little bit too flattering. Oh, I see. So you're 18, and that's all you can remember. In that case, until you remember your name, let's give you the name Toya, written with the characters for 18 until you remember. Hachijo Toya. What do you think? That sounds pretty cool. Yes, I must say that I've impressed myself very much with that one. Okay, so the Hachijo Toya is this person essentially, who is the writer of knows the I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay, you've been hit by a car. Okay. Hachijo Ikuko lived in a small but lovely mansion on top of a small hill in a village with a view of the sea. She also owned the hill behind her and was more than capable. Yep. Morning, Toya. That was quite the storm last night. Were you able to sleep well? I had some trouble falling asleep, so I decided to read your manuscript. My. How far did you manage to get? I finished it. Now there's a surprise. You managed to read through all that in a single night. I was surprised too. Once I got into it, I'd finished before I knew it. It was like I was just skimming it, or maybe I was taking in each page with just a glance. It sounds like you have some talent at speed reading. So, how was it? What did you think of it? I liked it a lot. Still, if you don't explain that part about the ocean currents a bit more clearly, it might be a bit unfair for a detective novel. Oh, but I thought it was great that you had the foreshadowing with the ring right there at the beginning. After I finished, I had to go back to the beginning and slap myself for being so easily tricked. I think giving people that feeling is what detective novels do best. Did I say something to offend you? If I did, you may have my apologies. Of course not. Why are you apologizing? I'm just shocked, that's all. Your detailed opinions are worthy of praise, I believe. It seems you have some talent as a critic, or a detective novel writer too. I seem to remember myself fighting and arguing about mysteries or something like that. That way of fighting, which I must have learnt in the past, sent a surge of excitement through me. I was gonna say, is this battler? But, that wouldn't make any sense because this is 1998, right? Mystery. Fighting. My head hurt. Oh, I think I might... Okay. I think some spoilers about this. I think I might know what this is because I saw some things that looked like vague spoilers about this, but let's keep reading. I'm getting the feeling that this is the actual truth of this entire story to begin with. Is it really fun to write novels you won't show to anyone? It used to be, once. What about now? I like getting to hear your opinions. At any rate, I finished writing the chapter. I'll go make some tea, so would you mind reading it again and sharing your thoughts with me? Toya? Are you okay? I'll get some headache medicine. I'm fine. I'm more interested in this manuscript. I can't wait for the new chapter. And so the curtain closes on the strange tale of Kurokupi Island. The end. What do you think? I tried using your plot to make Tsujiko's tragic love scene at the end a bit more moving. I think it's very good. I'd say the last farewell is sad enough to make it moving as a story, not just a reasoning puzzle. That's all thanks to your plot. Compared to this work, everything I've written before now is worth little more than scrap paper. Even if I was writing it, I was excited to be the first person in the world who got to read it. I've never felt that before. Could just mention some ideas. You're the one who turned them into such a fascinating story, Kukai-san. Mikukai-san, I have an idea if you don't mind. Let's hear it. I love hearing your ideas, as long as I'm not in the shower or on the cat. Why don't we try submitting our book? I've never read anything this interesting before. Sure, lots of other people will want to read it. You think so? I tried once in the past, thinking the same thing, but the result was, I believe in your talent, Mikukai-san. What about you? Mikukai-san, turn on the lights. Using a computer in the dark is bad for your eyes. You've been pretty hooked by that computer lately, Kuko-san. Did you find an interesting article or something? Maybe a bit juvenile, but it's still pretty interesting. It's about that Rokkanjima incident. Oh, shit. Rokkanjima? I told you about the Rokkanjima mystery a few days ago, remember? It's been really huge on the net lately. Discussions, theories, and even the forgeries have been quite entertaining. Forgeries are stories all based on the premise that yet another message bottle, signed by Ushiro Maria, existed and drifted to one of the nearby islands. Toya, are you okay? My head hurts. The Rokkanjima explosion accident. The many disquieting rumors surrounding it. The scheming of the relatives who were after Ishimiya Kinto's vast wealth and hidden gold. And the truth? Ishimiya Eva, the sole survivor, said nothing. Eventually, everything would be inherited by the granddaughter, Ishimiya Ange, who escaped them because she was absent on that day. Ange, Ishimiya Ange. I am Ishimiya. How good, my head's getting split open. Incomprehensible scenes pierce my eyelids from the inside like blades of light. What am I looking at? Who are these people calling to me? But not by the name Toya. Who am I? Who are these people? What is this memory? Help me, Ikuko. Someone else's memory's hurting me. My head's splitting. I could hear the sorrowful sound of wind, and that must be rain. Who was I again? I am Ushiro Miya. Ange! Please say something. Voices calling to me. Dad and Mom? It can't be. In 1986 on Rokkanjima, Mom and Dad. Ange, hang in there. Can you hear Daddy's voice? Please say something, Ange. Dad, Mom, I'll say it out loud. Dad, Mom. Ange, thank goodness. hell is going on? Where? You are fortunate. By chance, we found you drifting in the waves of the Sea of Emptiness. You were in a terrible state. It took quite some time to make you remember your true form. Beatrice, so this is the Golden Land. Your whole family has been waiting here for you to return. We knew you would come home. Did I come home because I was supposed to? I've gone back to how I was supposed to be, and now... Oh, you did come home. That's right. You made it back here because you wanted to come home to us. Dad... You don't need to say anything. You've been on a great and terrible journey, haven't you? A journey where you're all alone. You understand now, don't you? You won't forget again? I understand, Dad. Oh, this is a place you can always call home. I can tell by looking that you're far from all right, but I'm so glad. Glad you came home. Aunt Ava. Feel free to hate me as much as you want. Give your dad and Mama Amelia the kisses. Give the kiss to everyone who cared about you so much. Aunt Ava. And say I'm home to your other mother. No. Ava. Mom. Hans-chan. If only I'd call you Mom on that day. I might never have messed up. We might have been able to create a whole new world together. That's enough. You've come home. You don't need to say anything else. Mom. Mom. Welcome home, Hans-chan. You're my adorable daughter. Mom. Always, until the end, you are my closest friend. I will live. And I remembered how much everyone loved me. You did? Because I was young and selfish, I didn't even remember until now. Is this like fucking... This is like... Is this like fucking the Evangelion ending, where it's like, all of this is the metaphor for what's happening, and then we're gonna make like, when we get to the end of Ava version, where we explain what's actually literally happening? I don't know. So I don't really understand how she learnt all this, right? Because before she didn't believe it, even when Battler showed it. Maria Renee-chan, you really were a witch, weren't you? You've always been a witch. You approached that level yourself once, didn't you? No, I never really understood. Pitiful Maria Renee-chan with her pitiful magic. That's all I thought of it. So, I couldn't pick up a fragment of happiness. Couldn't even find one. You told me that yourself once, One-chan. It can't be helped. It takes two to create a universe. I had Beto, but you were all alone. No, if I'd called Aunt Ava Mom, there would have been two of us. I'm sure I would have been able to create a new world with the same magic you used, Maria Renee-chan. All of it is my fault. The message bottles I threw away half-jokingly distorted your future and wore you down. I bear responsibility for that. Yeah, seriously. It's all because of your message bottles. Because of that, people started copying you and making forgeries, growing the story into something crazy. However, the message bottles thrown away by Beto do not name a specific person as the culprit. One of the forgers wrote a plausible theory that Ushramir Ava is the culprit, and it spread like a wildfire. Even though I should have known better than anyone else it was impossible, I accepted it in the end. It isn't your fault, Vito. No matter how many people around me had baseless suspicions, there should have been only one truth inside me. And yet so easily I abandoned my warm memories of you all. You were at fault, and so was I. Still, it'd be stupid for us to attack each other. After all, I'm a witch of the future. You're a witch of the past. I should be using that magic to build my future. Yep. Bringing people happiness is the sole reason that witches wield magic. I'm very pleased to know that those teachings have been passed down through the endless witches all the way to the final witch. Sorry I'm failing to pass it down myself at all. Witch of the future, Aunt Beatrice. I will now retract your expulsion from Mariage Saucier. Aw, cute. I knew Aunt would come back. Congratulations, Aunt Summer. I thought I knew what the time we spent traveling together meant, and yet Sorry. So sorry. I'll be okay. I'm not alone anymore. I'll live with everyone, and I'll live in the future. I swear to keep living so I can pass on the magic of Mariage Saucier. There are a lot of people out there who need magic. As the final witch of Mariage Saucier, it's my duty to teach it the right way and save as many people as I can. Oni-chan. Hey. The truth wasn't anything important, was it? No, it wasn't. Even though you were here, waiting for me to come home in such a warm world. I had my back turned the whole time. You learned the truth. Yeah. So any hopes you had of someone miraculously surviving and coming back have been crushed. However, you now have a new mission, a hope for living in the future. You kept that precious hope safe for me. I was the one who opened the box and let it get away. It turned out worse than Pandora's box. The truth I didn't need to know flew out of the box along with all my hopes, leaving nothing behind inside but empty space. That's okay. It's open now, and that's that. If it's empty inside, that means it won't fester. After all, false hopes can sometimes bring you pain. We're already dead. Yeah. You've lived 12 years in the hopes we might still be alive. Not anymore. That's over and done with. Yeah, I know. Starting now, I'll step forward into a new life. Vito put Rockajemer in the cat box. The next witch, Aunt Ava, guarded the lid of the cat box her whole life. You, the witch after her, opened that lid. But so what? Why does the truth of the past matter? Yeah, from now on I'll truly live. And I'll make my own personal truth prosper. Good luck, final witch of Mariage Saucier. I've read Mario's Grimoire. It's a great book with some really good stuff written in it. Even the Bible needs a translator, so Maria's Grimoire probably needs one too. We'll be that translator. You've got to teach kids who are in the position you once were. That's your mission as the new witch of the future. Yeah. I'm gone, but I'll always be behind you, watching over you. I know. And not just you, everyone else too. All of us will love you forever. Don't forget that. I won't forget. Not ever. And that's for certain. Also, the Rocketuma cat box hasn't been opened completely. You've just taken a peek at what's inside. So you must be the lid yourself. And this time you'll protect everyone inside the cat box. Me and Dad and Kyrie-san, the cousins and the uncles and the aunts. Grandfather and the servants, and all of the illusions. Yeah, this time I have to protect everyone. Then shouldn't you hurry up a bit? Oh, hey Lambda. I think you know this already, but Bern is just about to hold a big party for the Book of the Single Truth. She's gathered beings from heaven and from hell, from the spirit world and from parallel worlds. If she announces what's in that book in a place like that, it'll all be too late, won't it? I'm going. I gave Bern Castell that key. It's my responsibility. I'll go and take it back. City of Books, huh? There's no way for us to get in. There's a barrier around that place. She gave me this. With it I can come and go as I please. What an idiot. She forgot to collect it when she threw me away. That's it. One of those temporary entry passes you get when you turn in your invitation. As long as you have that, at least one of you will be able to get into the City of Books. Well, as long as someone takes you across the Sea of Fragments first. Lambda Delta, take me to the City of Books. And this is my way of taking responsibility. I'll see to it that the Book of the Single Truth isn't made public. Are you serious? The place is a den of monsters among monsters. Imagine if you lock Bern's protection, you'll be weaker than a fly. Squish! The end. Lambda Delta, I'll go. I just need you to get me in there. After all, I'm an empty creature, unable to exist outside the cat box. And on the other hand, must live on into the future. And you're a person with a future too. So I'll go. I have nothing to lose. No, this is my responsibility. Hold on. Hold on a second, you two. Hold on. What's your problem? Save it for later. We're having an important sibling discussion here. Okay, first off, let go of each other's hands. Father's holding the bell now, right? Jump, Father. Jump. Like this. You next, Anj. Try jumping. Why the hell should I... Huh? Why? These are the same, aren't they? No way. Why are there two? I was only given one of them. I don't know why. At any rate, you've got two bells that'll get you into the City of Book. Now I don't have to sit here and watch the two of you play around with each other anymore. Interesting. From the very beginning, this game has belonged to the two of you. There's just been a slight change in who the opponent is. This isn't a competition between you two. It's a fight between Battler and Ange, who want to close the lid off Catbox, and Bern, who wants it opened. Ange just moved from Bern's team to Battler's team. That's all there is to it. Lambda Delta, take us to the City of Book. Okay, I'm taking you there. Just taking you there, got it? After that, I'm done being anything but a spectator. I just want to have the best seats to see exactly how you fight, what you do, and how Bern makes mincemeat out of you all. Lambda Delta, thanks. And that sounds like a good time to end it off for today. I'm a bit confused, because really my question at the moment is what she did to change her mind and how, because that's some very big character development there that Ange went through, and there isn't really an explanation as to how. All we got was that flashback of somebody who might have been Ange or might have been somebody else. It's really hard to tell, so I have questions, and I'll try not to spoil it for myself, and hopefully I'll be able to answer those sometime in the next few days. We'll see. Anyway, everybody, thanks for showing up as usual, and I'll see you next time.